welcome to Emerald's World. Today we are talking about my original character, Athena, and that I've been using since 2021. I started making original characters in 2021 on this app called Spoon. I'll talk more about Spoon in a future video. Athena was originally made to be the character of Technoblade in a Dream SMP roleplay that I was doing on Spoon in about 2021. She was one of my first characters right before I made an Emerald, who is known as the OG. That is why I chose my name, Emerald. I was so obsessed with my character Athena, I even made a fan fiction about her and my OC Emerald in a series that was made at the same time, which was a fan fiction series that is on Wattpad. They are taken down, but if this gets 10 likes, I will remake the Athena fan fiction in the first chapter, because it's a really long chapters and I've been wanting to redo it for years. Athena, but then I started doing lab role plays, and I didn't want to have and at the same time, if you guys don't know, after a couple months of doing Athena, it was July 1st, 2022, and I wake up after having a dream about Technoblade. I wake up and go onto YouTube and find out that he has passed away. If you guys want, I can do a video about that, because a lot of you guys know me for being a Technoblade fan, and a lot of people ask me like how I reacted, and I'm just like, oh my god, talking about Athena, running to cry remembering this. Because a lot of like people that didn't like Dream SP end up on Spoon, did not say anything about it until the day he died. People were bullying me on Spoon for Athena being Techno's kid in a roleplay, and I was roleplaying as her. Oh my god, I'm crying. I was roleplaying as her to cope, because that previous year was like the worst year of my life, and when that happened, I would watch Technoblade every day. So it didn't help that people on Spoon were bullying Dream SP roleplayers after Techno died. Within a month, all the Dream SP roleplayers stopped roleplaying Dream SP. If they had OCs, changed them to save ourselves from bullying. And it was like really bad, and I'm like about to cry. I will do another video about this if you guys want, because I might like end up turning this. But so then I started doing lab role plays, and ended up getting over 1,000 followers, which I think Spoon had about like 5,000 users, maybe 10,000 in the US, because each of their apps, because it's all around the world. There's some in Japan, but each country has their own server. So in the US, we are all from the US, and there were about, I think, like five. I don't think there were that many of us. I think there was like about maybe like 1,000 people online daily, maybe like 2,000 online daily, but like about 5,000, 10,000 users. If you guys don't know, the app's not up anymore because they took down servers after an event. So I can't tell you, but I was one of the biggest. When I say biggest, I was one of the biggest lab roleplay, one of the biggest role players on Spoon. If you guys know what happened before that happened, and I almost made a protest, and then I was like, I'm not gonna do this. I'm gonna save us from this trouble, and we started doing Discord role plays. So lab role plays, I would stream on Spoon with there was no cameras, with my stream muted, and we'd all like type, and I was one of the biggest. So at my peak, I think I'd have 30 people on a stream at a time. So one of my most popular characters was Athena, and we would have at least like 2 or 3 people play evil scientists. It was a lot of fun. And if you guys are friends with me now, you remember that, or if you use Spoon and are just remembering Athena and the lab role plays, because I have the most popular lab role play streams. Hi, it's Em, and if you comment if you remember me, and I will share you my Discord, because a lot of us spoon people are still active on Discord and have a whole server and make new servers every couple years. We just deleted our OG server, Scouts Cove, because of super inactiveness, and we were just bored. So now we have a Hazmo Hotel roleplay called Dystopia. And, well, it's called the Universes of Hasbin, but we also allow any OC, and it's, if you're a Hasbin fan, or just any fan, and now, no way for literal ad, we do lab roleplays, and I turned her into a vampire, who was the daughter of the head scientist named Alexander, which was like one of our most frequent ones, and we like talked to her and we had fun. And then after we joined Discord, he was like getting burnt out and left, which was sad at the time. I was about 15, 16. I'm almost 19 now, so you can tell I've grown a lot. We made a, we ended up breaking out the lab role plays and made our server Scouts Cove, which was the aftermath of the lab role plays. So it used to be the lab roleplay server, and then we decided let's make this after they escape. So after they escaped the lab, we did a couple things, and we ended up like breaking apart. And after a year and a half of us not really roleplaying, we deleted the server. But then after the OC was it was Glitch Sands. If you guys know who Glitch Sands is, he's like a Fanon I know, I think. I've never played Undertale. Someone in the comments tell me and I'll correct that. But then after they ended up branching out, I ended up deciding I'm not gonna have the other OCs be my character's person, and unless someone brings the Grim Reaper. So then she became the daughter of the Grim Reaper, and has been for the past year. And I actually just started using her again because for a while I was just using one of my Hasbin OCs. And now we're deciding, let's add more of mine so I can roleplay even more. So now we have Athena. And the last month, when I have free time, I've been making character sheets. So if you guys want more, I'll send you more of my characters. So now we have, and I'll show you guys the photo, screenshot of the Athena's. They're all about a page long. And now I'll tell you, so Athena, she is an undead deity who is around the mental age of 19. She's about 300 years old, physically, but she doesn't seem like it. She stopped aging at the age of 19, but like, her aging was really, really slow. She was born in the year 1700, so about 300 years ago, over 300 years ago. She is 6'4", so 6 feet tall. Literally, fun fact, a foot taller than me, because I love my characters being taller than me, because I'm so fucking short. She is a chaotic good. I am still learning the definitions of that, but that's a D&D thing. She is a chaotic good. She will do anything for the better good. So she will do anything if that means she can help anyone. So if anyone's getting in her way and causing something bad, she'll do anything to help. Her ability is she is able to know people's names at first glance, but she can only know one person's name at a time. So that's, new person. So if she's never met you before, she can look at you and be like, "Oh, your name is Patrick." Totally not got that idea from my friend Patrick. This guy's name is Patrick, and I know that, and maybe a couple basic things about like his job, his age, but like not everything about him, unless she is using her power too. But just so we have an easier time, she knows their like job or like their age, or she just knows their name depending on how I'm feeling and if I want to look at character sheets for hours. She can also teleport to different rooms, but also different realms. Her dad, who is the Grim Reaper, he is in our universe. He is the Grim Reaper of all universes. So he reaps all the souls. So she was born in our current roleplay, she is born in the Hasbro Hotels version of hell, but she lives everywhere. She can also go to the afterlife at free will and bring people who aren't dead with her. Like, so her husband is a vampire named Digachi, and maybe I'll do a collab with Frisco, who is the creator of Digachi, who also has a YouTube channel, and I will ask him if I can put it in. But yes, Frisco plays Digachi. If you guys want to know my other friends, I have a playlist called Friends Videos. A lot of being Skinny Elbows, who is the music composer for my video game, Nelly vs. Mind, and he's the lead writer. You guys can see all his crazy videos and video essays on his channel that is linked somewhere here. I'll link the playlist of my friends' videos. If you're a friend of mine and want me to shout you out, send me the link to your YouTube channel and I'll watch videos and add them to that playlist. So, hi, Marcelo, and hello, everyone else. Yes, guys, this is my first big video. I'm really excited. So she's also back to Athena. Athena is the only living being who is able to see her father, who's the Grim Reaper. So, when I say living, the only person that's alive that can see him, because she's related to him. So if let's say someone died and he has to go somewhere and she's there, she can see him and she can talk to him. But everyone's gonna think she's crazy because they can't see the dead person's soul, they can just see his body and they don't know she's literally talking to the Grim Reaper. Her personality. She is a very depressed person because of trauma she endured in her past, which we'll get to her backstory in a second. She has really bad anger issues, and she can injure people when mad. She always feels terrible after the fact, though, unless she thinks they deserve it. So let's say they're evil scientists. She is like, they deserve that because they are a horrible person. She is a people person and will feel attached to people who have hurt her, which is one of her weaknesses, which I don't usually put as one of her weaknesses, but yeah, she will get attached to people who have hurt her and who have wronged her, which is something bad about her and makes me feel really bad about her. Her job is, she is the Reaper's assistant. So depending on the roleplay, if she's trapped in a lab, I make it so she can't teleport or go to different realms, and that she, isn't the Reaper's assistant. But in her main role, she is the Reaper's assistant and helps bring souls to the afterlife after they die. Her hobbies is she loves to paint, garden, and play video games. A lot like me, because I know to talk about those. Athena is the daughter of the Grim Reaper and was raised by him till she was 2. This is the backstory. She got kidnapped by scientists and was experimented on. They realized her powers and experimented heavily on her, because causing really bad trauma and nightmares about every night to this day. Growing up, she would see her father while he was collecting souls, but he couldn't save her because of a universal law where he can't change the living world. All he could tell her how to escape and how to do it, but since she was so young, she didn't understand and just couldn't escape on her own without help. At the age of 13, she realized this is all fucked up. People are dying. I'm seeing my dad almost every day because of people dying in this freaking lab. So she starts a rebellion with her friend, Emerald, who is the god of the multiverse, who I will talk about in another video because I'm really planning on doing an Emerald video, so please let me know. Even though you guys are gonna hear her original backstory, so yay! I'm looking at the dock that is literally right next to the camera, so I'm looking at myself, but also having to check that. So after that, there was a lot of numbers of deaths, so the Reaper was at the lab, and, told Athena, if you can have someone help you, you can escape. But here's the thing, you will have to come to the afterlife. And you will have to abandon everyone here because you cannot change this. You have to do this on your own. And because she needed to go to the world of the dead and undead. So then she talked to her best friend, Emerald, who's the god of universes, and is like, hey, I can help. I can do this. Emerald's about 2 years older. And she's like, I think I can do this. I can help them escape. And so they get a plan, and Athena leaves after Emerald is about to escape with them. And I'll talk to you guys about that after, because I have ideas for the end of Emerald's backstory. She is, of course, as I've said, married to Togachi, and her best friend is Emerald, who helps escape the lab. Okay, guys, this video is 15 minutes of filming, but there's also gonna be photos. So, future let me know how long this took to freaking edit. Probably the whole week. I am using Adobe Acrobat for the first time, and yeah! And also, more videos coming soon. Please let me know. And if you're a friend of mine and want to collab, let me know. I have many ideas, and for a long time I've been thinking of making Discord roleplay videos with friends, so we might start one soon. Anyways, goodbye, and I love